Guys, welcome back to another Jungles Travels. So, another job to do. Today, we're doing this to this. So my mate has decided he wants his van Raptor coated. Now, he's gone from a half Raptor to full Raptor back to a half Raptor, so we're getting it half Raptored with him, see how he likes it. We haven't got this just to do, so we're basically Raptoring the bumpers, and then we've got some body mouldings to go on the arches, and some to go on the bottom of the doors here, so like up to this line here. So basically arches, body mouldings, we're doing the bonnet, back bumper, and then sort of like this up to about this line here, and then possibly these two bits and his front badge. So yeah, T5 Raptor. So he's basically going for what's called a semi-swamper look. So he's got the big chunky tyres on already, all terrains, nice big chunky wheels. He's possibly going to get the side pipes afterwards and the A-bar for the front. So join me as we Raptor the T5. To be fair, once it's done, it should look pretty stunning. Definitely different. So what we're doing with the bonnet is this sort of line here, just so it comes in line with the bumper. He originally wanted it going down to there, so it came in line with the grille, and I was like, yeah, I said it'd be better if you went up to that line there. So he's like, go with what you think's right. I personally think that line there, so it comes in line with the lights and the grille, and then it just leaves that bit there. Otherwise you'd end up with, like, it doesn't flow, does it? So we're doing the grille, the bumper, yeah. Anyway, let's crack on. First thing we need to do is get these bumpers off and the grille off, and then we can get started. Raptor. Raptor. So what is Raptor? I know some of you are thinking that. Well, Raptor is, as the picture describes, it was built for these bad boys. Load liners. Mine's got a load liner in it, if I can just show you. He says, ignore all the crap that's in here. But basically, if you see the load liner there, it's similar texture to that. So I think it was built as a cheap alternative to buying load liners for your pickups. Because a load liner, I mean, I think the load liner for one of these is about 500 quid. Whereas a kit to do a back of a pickup's probably about 50 quid. So a cheaper alternative. It's supposed to be a scratch proof coating, waterproof, yada yada yada. So that's the idea. But then obviously people have adapted it, as they do, customising for other stuff. And there seems to be a rage at the moment of doing these boys in it. And my mate wants his doing to be different. Because you find that a lot of the T5s pretty generic, aren't they? A lot of them, don't get me wrong, they're all nice, but a lot of them are very similar. So they're all usually slammed, big wheels, highly polished. You know, there's a sort of a general consensus of how a T5 looks. I know a few people have got T5s besides this one, and they are all pretty similar. They're usually all well looked after, really nice and tidy, nice vans, because they are body vans. But he wants to be different. He didn't want to go for the slammed, big wheels kind of look. He's had that before. He had a T4 before this, the white one that you saw on the picture of the pod, that was his, and that was the same as all the other T4s, white with a black roof, big wheels, all that stuff. So he wants to be a bit different. So this time he's going for the swamper look. Can't fault him. Right, oh, if there's enough left I might actually do the mirrors as well. So let's crack on and get these bumpers off. ready for Raptor. Right, so what we need to do now is get the back bumper off. And as you can see, it's raining outside. So, yes, I'm seriously doing a vlog, just in case you wonder who that is. That's my little girlie. She's in the pod on a laptop. She's loving the pod, aren't you? Are you loving the pod?
Yes.
Yeah? Do you like the pod?
Yes.
Say hello to the camera.
No.
Say hello.
No.
Say hello.
No.
Do you think the pod's nice and cosy?
Yes.
Do you think somebody should buy the pod for lots and lots of money?
Yes.
Yes. Do you want to buy it for lots and lots of money?
No.
Oh, okay.
I don't have lots and lots of money.
Pardon?
I don't have lots and lots of money.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't.
Nutter. Anyway. So yes, somebody's making use of the pod. School have broke up, so there you go. I'm stuck with a minion. A mimicking minion. Yeah. A real mimicking minion. Who doesn't realise she's being filmed. Right, let's get these off. So, what have we got here? Ignore the minion in the background. So, you've got these caps here, which, oh, hang on. So, we've got these caps here, the old trim fork. Which, if you can get them off. There we go, you've got 2 screws there. Well, actually, them are the pop caps. Can you hear that mimicking minion in the background? She doesn't realise this is going to go out on YouTube. There we go. And just at the back, you'll see you've got the T25 Torx bits. So we'll get them off. And then, this is a lot simpler than the front bumper. Saw the front bumper, that was a nightmare. These are nice and easy. So I'll get this off. I think there's some T27s. Somebody's just died on Roblox. Yeah. She's a monster. So I'll get these off and then we'll get the bumper off. How much simpler is that? Nice and easy. Right, so we've got the bumper off now, so I can chuck the van out and then start sanding the panels ready for Raptoring. So we've got our bumpers and the arches and the side bits. So let's get some sanding done. Right, so we've got the bumper off. What we need to do now is key it. So we've got a little bit of hundreds. Hundreds is rough, but gives it a nice big key to get to. It doesn't really matter. Normally, if I was priming the bumper for colour coding it, I'd probably use 180s under the primer and then just key the primer. Flat it with like 1500s or something before I paint it. But for this, because this Raptor's quite thick stuff going on, nice bit of 1800s and that'll give it a nice good key. So I'm going to sand these bits. And then we can get some Raptor out. Right, so the front bumper's nearly sanded. Just going to finish this up. Just got this little bit area here to do. That's all scotched up then. Then I've got going to get the arches out and the side skirts, give them a scotching, and then we can get some Raptor on them. I'm really interested to see how this Raptor's going to look. I'll probably Raptor the body kit and the bumpers first, and then I'll do the panel work on the van that needs Raptoring. So that's the plan. Right, so we've got the bonnet prepped, and now I've got everything set up. I've got the bumpers set up, some of the smaller panels. So now, so a bit of fun with this bad boy. Bit of Raptor. I have no idea what this is going to be like. Never done it before. I'm figuring it's similar to spray and stone chip. Looking at the footage of it, so it's the first time for me. But shouldn't be any problem. It looks pretty tough stuff, doesn't it? Nice little Velociraptor there. Right, let's crack on and have a look at it. Right, so what you get in the kit that he's bought is 4 bottles of the liner. That's got Raptor in. And then you get the hardener and a little mixing cup. Now, it doesn't actually say any instructions on the box of the ratio. But the mixing cup's basically got one fill line, 237ml. So I'm guessing it takes 237ml. And then you pour that into the Raptor bottle, shake it for at least 2 minutes, attach it to your gun, and away you go. Apparently, you have to wait 60 minutes before applying the second coat, if you're putting the second coat on. So we don't actually know what the coverage is on this. It says on the box that the kit contains enough to cover a 2.4 square metre truck bed, which is basically the same as my pickup outside. Whether it does or not, whether that's enough to cover his bonnet, the bits that we're doing, all the bumpers and everything, remains to be seen. But it is going to be a couple of bottles anyway. I think this is just your standard 2-pack hardener really. Just in a nice Raptor tin. So, yeah, pretty much standard thing, standard activator. Yeah. Don't smell this at home, kids. Right. Put that back in there. Now apparently this can go on wood, metal, plastic, brick, plaster. Not many applications. You can actually see there how thick it is. Yeah. It's actually a lot thicker than stone chip. So you get, the bottle looks to be about so full. Obviously there's enough to put this in and give it a shake. And away we go. Now, my mate who's having it done, he's watched a few videos and it says that you have to spray it within 30 minutes, otherwise it dries out. I don't know whether that's true or not, because going off normal activator I'd say a couple of hours, but I don't know what the chemicals in that are. So, before we mix it and get my gun ready, I'll get my mask. That fills it to about there. Yeah. Put the lid back on, give it a shake. You're not going to see me doing this for 2 minutes, so I'll see you in a minute. these arches on, which are going to fit on nicely there like that. Then we're going to Raptor them afterwards to match the rest of the Raptor, and they come with this 3M adhesive tape. Not always the best. Backed by Edita, trimmed by Tony. So what we're going to do, got some adhesive sealant. It's kind of like a cheap version of Tiger Seal, and then I'm just going to run a bead along the bottom there, which will also seal the bottom there. Because the thing with these is they get water trapped in, and when the water traps in, it takes ages to dry out, and that's when your arches start bubbling underneath. So if you just seal them in properly, you don't get that. So let's get this sealed and get the first one on. Right, so should just stick on right there. And that should make a nice seal. There we go. First arch on. Right, I'll get the rest of these on, and then we'll see how it looks. Right, there you go. One side done. I'll do the other side, and then once the kit's set, I'm going to have to leave it about an hour or two for the kit to set. Once the kit's set, and I can mask it up, scotch it, and Raptor it. Then put it all back together and it's done. Awesome. Looks pretty good, doesn't it? Guys, so there we go. It's Raptored. We've done it. So we've done the bonnet, the bumper, putting the mouldings on, Raptored it all. Let's have a look round. So just to show you the finish, it's nice rough. It's kind of like plastic finish. I think you'll agree, it looks pretty amazing. Just a bit rougher and readier, isn't it? So we've done the bottom of the doors and the back bumper. Put the arches on, side mouldings. And then Raptored the front bumper and the bonnet, Raptored all the body kit. There you go. pretty damn good. There you go guys, on T5, Raptor line, semi-swamper, the king of tough, Raptor. How tough is it going to last? Well, it's pretty tough, I'll give it that. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this one. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Adios, kids.